books, and I'm going to show you some of my Houdini things. This is just a reproduction of a favorite poster for his water torture cell, but come over here and I will show you some original things. Let's start with what's kind of my favorite item in my collection. This is an original photo of Harry and Bessie, 1894. Their first professional photo, and that's pretty special. Never been published, and I really like it.
It's interesting, yeah, with the fact that you've got the sub-trunk behind there, and that was...
That's them doing their famous metamorphosis, and what's great about the original photo, you can really see the ropes and the rope tie on Bessie, and real good details on the trunk and their cabinet.
Right. Very interesting. Okay.
This was among the first items I ever got, a signed photo and also a letter, in which Houdini talks about the shark stunt being on the square. And that was actually a stunt where he was going to fight a live shark.
Okay. And did he actually?
No, he
Never
didn't,
got to
because they see he could never make a deal for a shark, apparently.
Okay.
Down here, in this case, I have, these are sort of my nice first edition books in dust jackets, the major biographies, also books written by Houdini, including signed books, novelization of Master Mystery, one of his silent films, and sort of the special books are here. I'll show you where the other books are in a bit. I've got a little display area here with some favorites. I recently got that. That's an original challenge, Suffragettes Challenge Houdini, which I've always loved that idea. They wrapped them in wet sheets and did a very good job of it, according to Houdini. Original signed photos, photo of him and his brother, which I think is really fantastic. This was 1904.
Theodore, right?
Theodore Hardin.
Those original handcuffs?
Those are not original handcuffs. Those are just reproductions.
Reproductions?
Yeah, gaffed
Like
reproductions.
not the mirror cuffs.
No, I don't have. I don't have the reproductions of the mirror cuffs. Those would be nice. If you look up here, this is a head that used to live in the Houdini Museum in Niagara Falls, Canada. It was used in a few different displays. It was eventually used in the front of the museum. They did a projection on him where he spoke, and as you can see, his face is a little soot covered. And that's from the fire. That was one of the things that survived the fire. Reproduction of the water torture cell. This is gorgeous, and if you look inside, there's a piece of glass, and that's a piece of glass. If you angle it down, that's a piece of glass from the original water torture cell itself that Johnny Gahn gave me.
That was from the Niagara Falls collection?
Well, the torture cell was in the museum when the museum burned up and it was destroyed, and that piece of glass actually came from the collection. My cat here wants some attention. Continue the tour with the cat. You come in here. This is sort of my working library, and I've sort of got this laid out. We have books by Houdini, reproductions. This is a shelf all of juvenile fiction, mass market paperbacks. 2 shelves of Houdini fiction. Houdini fiction it hasn't yet overtaken. There's still more books written about Houdini than there are books written with Houdini as a fictional character. But it's getting close that we have more Houdini fiction than books written actually about Houdini. Magazines, scripts, more books, later editions, including current books. We've got videos, books about magicians in general, and some other ephemeral stuff, books related to his movies and plays, and more magazines and stuff down there. So
you've only got so much room and things you can put in here, so you have to be pretty selective.
I have to be, yeah. That's the challenge. I wish I had a room that could just be a Houdini room. Maybe I will someday, but right now I've got to find a way to get everything.
And so you have been playing over here all the time. You said what?
The Master Mystery.
Master Mystery. Okay.
Here is playing.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I put the Master Mystery on is that it's so dang long, you can just put it on and it will go all day. And a little reproduction of one of my favorite Houdini posters hanging over my bed there.
And then over here were some, it's just some James Bond, Star Wars, and the
Yeah,
Maltese
it's
Falcon.
sort of my general stuff. I have a shelf here of Houdini-related DVDs and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, the place is peppered with different collectibles. I can actually show you if you're interested in James Bond. And in this case is where I keep my Bond books from Fleming through.
It's interesting
John
you had an
Gardner.
old-fashioned typewriter like Ian Fleming would have used then, too.
That's from my grandmother. Yeah, that is an old typewriter. Isn't that fantastic?
But those are all first editions of...
First
Ian
edition,
Fleming's?
James Bond, Fleming, then the continuations, John Gardner through Raymond Benson, right up to the latest book. American editions are down there.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
And Wild About Harry headquarters here. This is where I do my blogging. And
This is where the magic happens.
This is where the magic happens. Yeah, where we just did a very enjoyable podcast.
And you want to be sure to go then to Wild About Harry.